celebrities that fell off. There are many celebrities starting from A-list all the way down to Z-list celebrities. And A-list are top of the top celebrities. People that you think of have like a top-notch security team, always riding around in big body Escalades. They get recognized everywhere they go. But when you go all the way down to Z-list, these are people who got like slightly famous for something. Like for example, if you're like a one-hit wonder meme, that would probably put you as a Z-list celebrity. But yeah, speaking of one-hit wonders, the first one on this list is the tuah girl. I really don't know how the hell this went viral. This was already very unfunny to me in the beginning. All she did was do an interview and said tuah spit on that thing.
One move in bed that makes a man go crazy every time.
Oh, you gotta give him that tuah and spit on that thing. You get me?
And boom, she went viral. She's a sensation across the world. She's getting on interviews, podcasts. She's gonna have her own reality show. I don't think anybody is going to care what is going on in the tuah girl's life. Like, nobody knows what her name is. That's what most people in this world know her as. But there was this clip of her like getting on stage at a concert and nobody clapped.
All right, let's hear it for Warren Saunders and Jelly Roll. Woo!
So yeah, she already fell off. You know, it doesn't surprise me at all. Yeah, in a lot of those situations, the person ends up falling off. But yeah, to be totally honest with you, I don't even know why I'm making this video. I can't be the one speaking on falling off. But I think a lot of people grew to find it very unfunny in the end. So this catchphrase or this meme or whatever the hell you want to call it didn't really make it that far, honestly. All right, we got to rip off the Band-Aid. P. Diddy. Now, P. Diddy was a very popular rapper in the early 90s and 2000s. And at that time, everybody liked his music. But nowadays, yeah, he got exposed for his disgusting ass past. I don't want to get too deep into it, but it involved SA with somebody not of the legal age. There was a video that also surfaced of him and Meek Mill, and everybody knew that P. Diddy was already zesty as it was. Meek Mill was crashing out on Twitter, and he was trying to deny it, but yeah, I don't know about that one. And now people started saying no Diddy instead of no homo, just because of Diddy. And he was just the reason for this, all right? The level of zest that this man displayed, it just had to be said. And he also did terrible things to Usher and Justin Bieber. And I'm pretty sure they lived with this dude as well. And Justin Bieber was like 13, 14 at the time. And of course, Diddy's house got raided, which does not surprise me at all. After all this coming out, yeah, it's inevitable that that's gonna happen. There was also cars in traffic going on. So yeah, this dude is cooked. And obviously after that, everyone's gonna hate his guts. Ice Spice. This is the biggest fall off I've seen in a minute. So Ice Spice was known for amazing musical talent. That's why she blew up 100%. There was definitely no other reason. A lot of people lately have been talking about how Ice Spice fell off after she dropped her new project, and her new project sold like 28,000, which is not bad. But in the grand scheme of things, she did lose like half her monthly listener count. At one point, bro, she had 36 million monthly listeners for her music not even being that good, honestly. Like, it's the type of shit you'd bump ironically. I've never went on the street and have seen people firsthand bumping an Ice Spice song. And I mean, these were the lyrics of one of her recent songs. I be shaking and he like yacht. That was one of the worst bars I've heard in my entire life. She needs to go back to the drawing board, bro. That shit is garbage. There's only so long shaking your ass can be your entire gimmick. She's doing all right numbers-wise, but that shit had to be inflated. But now she's losing like thousands of followers every day due to mistreatment of her opening artists on her tour. Allegedly, of course. I don't really know the full story. But as for like my future projections for her career, I kind of see her fizzling out a little bit, but still being kind of relevant, like the Baby. She's always gonna have those hit songs that carry your catalog, but I feel like later down the line, those new songs aren't gonna be hitting anymore. Right, let's talk about JoJo Siwa. In 2024, there has been drastic changes in JoJo Siwa's appearance and aesthetic, or whatever the hell you want to call it. Now, JoJo Siwa is an adult, all right, and she no longer wants to be seen as that Dancing with the Stars Nickelodeon girl that she once was. And she rebranded to this atrocity. I don't know what the hell this is supposed to be. I don't know who designed this costume, but this is ass. vlogs. This looks like something I'd see after waking up from a sleep paralysis at 3 a.m., bro. Like, I would just see this in my nightmares and just cower in fear. Like, and she changes her aesthetic literally like every music video she does. It's like she can't even make up her mind anymore. But I don't really know if anybody's really rocking with her music nowadays, if I'm being totally honest with you. There was a clip of somebody booing her in the crowd, and then she crashed out over it on stage.
The living just booed me.
So, you know, that doesn't exactly surprise me. She once made music for kids, and now she's trying to rebrand to a more adult theme in her music videos, to say the least. So people may not fuck with her music anymore. And she also has a TikTok page now where she talks about things like related to her albums or upcoming projects. And I have never seen somebody so obsessed with themselves in my life. She made an entire video showing off her tattoos of her new projects and albums or whatever. That would be like me getting my most popular video tatted on my arm, bro. That is insane behavior. All right, next we gotta talk about Ellen. Like, it just had to be said, Ellen is no longer airing. And it's crazy because I don't really know who her audience was. I mean, I think it was just like Facebook moms or something, because my mom would put on Ellen every day I would get home from school. And I think it was around like 2020, Ellen's ratings completely tanked. Nobody wanted to go on the show anymore. No celebrity wanted to be seen around Ellen. And after that, well, it was just over for Ellen. It was just not going to work. But then a lot of people came forward about working for Ellen, or just their experience being on the Ellen show. And a lot of people were like, yeah, this was chips, bro. Like, I don't know why the hell I even was on this show. I think it was like the late 2000s, 2010s. Every mainstream figure was going on Ellen. But then when everybody wanted Ellen to break silence on everything happening, she didn't even take the situation seriously at all. And her apology was just terrible. She was throwing in that Facebook mom humor in the apology.
Let me give you some advice out there. If anybody's thinking of changing their title or giving yourself a nickname, do not go with the Be Kind Lady.
Like, you really got to take accountability for the shit that you did instead of making stupid ass jokes the whole time. DaBaby. I really don't hear DaBaby a lot in today's day and age. Back in 2020, he was getting on songs with Dua Lipa. He was doing really well back in 2019. Like, he had plenty of motion. He was one of the biggest rising rappers at that point. And then I think it was in 2021 or late 2020, he said some shit at a show. And after that, he got canceled. And ever since, I haven't really heard one of his songs on Reels or TikTok or anything like that. His top songs are just all old. I don't really see any new songs on here. His old songs are still carrying his monthly listener count. But I mean, regardless, I really did mess with the old songs. I haven't listened to Bro in a while, if I'm being real. I'm pretty sure after the whole incident, Dua Lipa made a version of her song Levitating without DaBaby. His new songs are still getting decent plays, but nowhere near where he was before. He was pulling crazy numbers back then. But next, we got to talk about people that also were around in that era. The Hype House. Literally everybody in the Hype House fell off. Like, I don't hear anything about these people anymore. The last thing I heard about Bryce Hall was him crashing out when he was gambling against, I forget who it was. That was the last thing I heard about, bro. I haven't heard Addison Rae, Charlie D'Amelio, none of them. I think nowadays they still have like a decent following, but at some point these were like the biggest creators in the world. Like, they had the whole TikTok industry in a chokehold. Charlie D'Amelio was even going to get her own Netflix series at one point. I think the show is still going as of October 2023. Got a 2.8 out of 10 on IMDb. Yikes. I've seen like the trailer. I never really watched the show, but just by seeing that alone, like, damn, I already know that shit was that. I mean, if I was in her position, I would just stick to making TikToks. Like, I wouldn't even try to be like this big celebrity. Like, I'm sure some of the people on this list are probably glad they fell off. Like, there's only so much people can do to like handle that level of fame, and it's a lot of responsibility. Like, you can't even walk out of the house without, like, I don't know, TMZ pulling up or getting asked for some kind of interview or getting recognized. But surprisingly, nobody recognized this celebrity anymore. Lil Pump. Well, I mean, to be fair, he went to Japan. So what happened was Lil Pump went to Japan. I forget when this was, but I just remember this happening. Bro pulled up and not a single soul recognized him. Like, to be fair though, if I saw Lil Pump on the street, like, I would recognize him. Obviously, he was in Japan. Nobody's gonna recognize him, but he was expecting people to know who he was. He's not that big anymore. He had, what, a couple hit songs? That was really it. He was confused, and he made a video saying, why no one knew hashtag Lil Pump in the streets of #Japan. But I think it's kind of because the music he was making was more or less just catchy trash, or at least Gucci Gang was. Most of the song literally just consisted of him saying Gucci Gang. Well, when I was in middle school, I liked it, but well, nowadays I don't anymore. But this song had my school in a chokehold. Everybody was singing Gucci Gang, but even in middle school, after it played so often, I kind of just got annoyed with it. But then in like 2020, I think I just completely stopped listening to Lil Pump altogether. But as for nowadays, I have no idea what Lil Pump's up to. Some celebrities deservingly fell off, and some kind of just naturally fell off after so many years of doing whatever they did. But a lot of celebrities also have meat riders, and I made a video talking about it, and it's going to be on the end screen right here. Just click it.